with Stu. Well, Boogie with Stu, if you're not aware, Stu was Ian Stewart of the Rolling Stones. Now, Ian Stewart, who you never really saw on stage, he might have, with the Stones that is, he might have sat in a couple times, right? But after a while, he just didn't anymore. He just wrote songs with him and he drove the truck around. And anyway, it's Ian Stewart on the piano in Boogie with Stu, okay? And a quick interesting thing, is this recording? For the love of God, that would suck if it was. Ah, yes. Is that it's Ian Stewart playing the piano on Rock and Roll. The song Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin off Zeppelin 4, or 4 Symbols, or Unnamed, except Led Zeppelin, nothing else. The little guy with the bundle of sticks marching through a derelict neighborhood. Actually, I think the picture's of him in a field, but that picture is in a derelict neighborhood. Anyway, but I think Boogie with Stu was probably recorded around the time they were doing Rock and Roll 4, Zeppelin 4, and I think they probably held it off and just put it on House of the Holy. My opinion. Anyway, Boogie with Stu. I remember reading in a book or articles, years ago before the internet, you really had to go out and find books about Led Zeppelin, which now you can readily find with the internet, in addition to all kinds of stuff online, blogs, and just documents scanned in, whatever. But I remember Robert Plant saying that they were all around a table, I think he said, and they had cups. So it was almost like kinda like the We Will Rock You, right? Except that I don't think they were slamming their feet. Bonham, you can hear Bonham's bass drum, heavily muffled bass drum, and there's some effects on the drums and the cups and the sticks. I mean, there's like a I don't know what the hell they put on it. It's like a I don't know if it's I don't know if they had gates then. Maybe they had some primitive gates, but there's like a distortion out, which is really cool. Like it literally goes. But I think that is a delay. I mean, I'm sure it is, because at the end, when you hear right? That's what you hear. So I'm fairly certain that there is a delay there. Anyway, which might have been the same echo unit they used on When the Levee Breaks. Anyway, so that's really what happens in the song. That's kind of it, okay? Bonham the whole time, they got cups, they're doing cups, they got a delay, they have some kind of possibly a gate, I don't know. But Bonham essentially is just going, I can hear at least 1 or 2 people, I think, hitting sticks, like. And now bear in mind, with the delay, that'll go, okay? I don't think he's going, I think it's, but goes, and then this, or a cup on a table, goes, okay, with the delay. So that's what happened. Now, also there's a couple times, let's like this, by and large, it's, but sounding, kind of a reasonable facsimile thereof, because of the delay, okay? Occasionally Bonham will put quarter notes across, just from time to time, right? So that's really interesting, and that's another one that I think, again, I'm going to say this again, Jimmy Page, por favor, if you can make a Led Zeppelin, here we are, The Complete Beatles, right? Wonderful book if you don't have it. Mark Lewison, again, somebody compiled it. I think they were sick with cancer, and they went through all the Beatles tapes, and they made all these notes, and then Lewison put it in a book. But anyway, if you look all the way through here, you'll see, like, literally, let me read something out of this book. All copyrights excluded. Well, let's just say that here we go, right? Starts out with a couple of McCartney interviews, but then they go in, okay, Monday, February 11th. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they were doing, I won't read anything on them, but they were doing then, they'll be like, well, we were doing, we're cutting a couple basic tracks for There's a Place, did a couple overdubs, I saw her standing there, made a reduction, they took, maybe boil 4 tracks down to 1 so they could free up, that kind of thing. If Zeppelin / Jimmy Page did this, it would be like Moses coming down from the mount with his 20 commandments that shattered into 10. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't mean to be a thorn in the side to anybody, but I think it would be phenomenal. It'd be like a Led Zeppelin document. Because as we all know, or at least as I know, Zeppelin had great tunes, but it was really, and I'm not necessarily wringing my nose in the bunghole of Jimmy Page, but truly the production and the techniques they used to get the sound is half the beauty of it. Honest to God. You know, but it really is. Seriously. I mean, if you had Bonham sit down on somebody's, you know, Pearl Export kit with a couple 57s on it, I mean, it would sound, you'd be like, wow, that guy's a great drummer, but it wouldn't at all have the same sonic quality. I always say it's like if they filmed The Godfather, you know, with the freaking late 80s camcorder. But the lighting was the same, acting was the same, editing was the same, but without the filter. I mean, it would just be like, well, yeah, but, you know, dudes. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's Boogie with STU off House of the Holy, and I do believe the Crunch followed it. Anyway, I hope that's enjoyable. I made this video real fast, too, because, you know, I actually think I've been talking about putting the drums in the big room, which I'm gonna do. My friend has a big room that I can use, but it's his house, so I got it. It's kind of going slow. But I think what I'm going to do, I have a friend of mine whose son needs some cymbals and stands, and he offered some video production work in exchange. So maybe what I'm going to do, is my idea, is to go into a studio that I really like here in Chicago. Maybe make a deal with them. They can't refuse. Say, listen, you know, do it for free. I'll mention your studio on one of my videos, but they might be like, but anyway, maybe they'll give me a reduction in rate. In any case, I think I'm going to do it anyway. So maybe I'll pay full fare or whatever. Go in there. And then I can have, I don't know, somebody for the love of God help me edit it. So I make a couple videos on the sound, okay, how I exactly, literally, like I'll put like a piping hot U87 over the drums, you know, they have some Cole ribbon mics and all kinds of other stuff. And, but also, too, I think I'd be able to make a really good tip. Well, anyway, so that's it. I think that's what I'm working on, okay? So I think what's going to happen, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, because it's kind of hard, because my friend is a teacher. He's getting out for the summer. I think he's out, but the kids are still in school. So that could be better or worse for the short run. But they're also going out of town. So you be ready for the big drums in the big room video. But also I think I really want to make one where I'm actually in a studio, and I can make sort of a high-quality video sort of really explaining kind of my take on the Ochiltree thing. Okay? Nothing against the Ochiltree later, but I just think what I heard there wasn't really it, okay? It was good, you know what I mean? And God knows Mark Romans played his ass off on there. God bless America. Anyway, thanks for watching my videos. More on the way. Let's pay our respects for Memorial Day. Thanks.